Alright, so you bought yourself a deuce and a half, or a 5 ton, or a Jeep, or some kind of military vehicle that has lights on it. But the lights don't work at all. Chances are, usually, the problem is the 3-lever light switch is bad. And it's not that hard to replace, but I thought I'd show you a little bit about it because there is at least one detail that is kind of important. There's a couple of differences in some of the switches, and you need to know it. So I've been changing the switch here. I've already got the new one installed ish. But on the back is your main connector. It's a big Canon plug, and you do not have to disconnect it before you remove the switch from the dash. When you remove the switch, you take your 3 levers off, and actually you only have to take off 2 of the 3 to get it out. And any 2 of all 3, it doesn't matter. And then you can drop it out of the bottom of the dash, and it'll hang about right here, and you can unscrew it. As long as it's not super tight, you can do it by hand. No tools required. Rarely are they that tight. And then you screw it back in and put the thing back in, put your screws back in. Now, a lot of times these are really long. Like these are like 2 inches long, 2.5 inches long in this case. I don't know why they do that. It's kind of irritating. But I guess it's less likely that they're going to fall out that way. So I usually replace them with some shorter stainless 1032 screws. 3/4 or 1 inch. The other difference is the sealing of the levers. Okay. Now obviously the levers can only go on one way, really. I mean, they go on just like so, and they all point out. Yeah, sure, you could point them in, but then they'll all hit each other, so you can't really put those on wrong. But here's one other thing. When it comes to sealing the switch, you see these O-rings here? On this switch, the O-rings sit flush. And when you put the levers on and screw them down, the back side of the levers actually compress it and seal the switch to keep moisture out. Now the other kind, like this, the O-rings are inset, and they have to have this little zinc plated steel washer as a spacer, and the back of the lever pushes against it, and it provides even pressure across the surface of the O-ring below to seal it. So if you take your switch apart and you lose one of these washers, it's not really going to seal. So be careful with water. I usually will save these. I will save the washers, the levers, and the screws when I have a bad switch, because invariably you'll lose them, or you'll get a truck in that somebody has just stolen the levers off of, and it's really annoying, especially when the switch is good. So I always keep my extra levers and screws and washers. Yeah. It is very important to have these. Not all switches have them, of course, as I just showed you. So, but now you know the significance. So you know that if you lose one of those washers, it isn't just, oh, no big deal. You actually need it. Yeah. And not only does that keep moisture out, but it keeps dust and all out too, because that's a sealed switch. You get dust in, it can't come out. And it'll end up screwing up your contacts in there, and there's circuit breakers in there too. That's where all the circuit breakers for the lighting system in the truck is. So if you turn your lights on and your lights come on for a second, then you hear a click right here and your lights go off, you've got a short somewhere and it's tripping the circuit breaker. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I wanted to show you. You do get these switches from Big Mike's Motor Pool. That's where I got this one. It's been a little while. In fact, I've had that since before my sponsorship even. I had it in my Jeep. It was brand new. Put it in there, and the Jeep hasn't gone anywhere. So it's still a new switch. Yeah. I think that's about all I needed to cover in this particular instance. There is, yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Big Mike's Motor Pool and also our other sponsor, RatcoParts.com. Their information, as always, is listed in the description below. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. We'll see you next time.